Okay, our region that our group did was Umbria, Italy.
So to start us off, we're just going to look at the location. Umbria, Italy is located in central Italy, known as the Green Heart of Italy due to it being one of the few regions without an ocean border. As you can see, it's kind of sandwiched there in the middle, known for its rolling hills, vineyards, olive groves, and medieval hill towns. Some notable landmarks that on the east edge there's a mountain range, and then there's a river that runs through the valleys of Umbria. The capital is Perugia, known for university, chocolate, and then historic architecture. And we'll go into it a little bit later, but the overall climate is known for being generally mild with colder temperatures up in the mountains where the wine is grown, and then summers are warm and dry, and winters are chilly but more mild than other areas.
So the history starts off in the ancient roots where the Romans expanded production into the region, and the wines were instantly prized for their purity and longevity. In the medieval period, the communities preserved viticulture during the Middle Ages, and they started to be used in religious ceremonies and local trade. In the Renaissance, the local noble families refined the vineyard practices, and it remained rural and traditional, focusing on small scale and artisan production. And within the last couple hundred years, it shifted from bulk to high quality wines, emphasizing native grapes. And it's now recognized as the green heart of Italy, like we said before, for its sustainable and heritage driven winemaking. So the varietals that are grown here are the Sagrantino, 92% is grown in Umbria. The Trebbiano, 17%, is grown. It's most known for this varietal, the Spolotino. The Sagnonese is roughly 22% of its production, and Grichetto is 13, with light body and high in acidity.
Looking at some of the financial impacts of wine for Umbria, looking at first the exports, in 2024 they exported over 22 million hectares of wine, equaling about 8 billion euros. There currently is a 15% tariff on Italian wines when entering the US, which ultimately makes the wine producers in Umbria less profitable because it costs more to ship. And then these tariffs force these wineries to absorb costs in order to stay competitive with other wine regions. Next is the production. 90 liters of wine are produced each year on average, which is about 7 million cases. This has a high increase in tourism because many people come to Umbria for the winery experience and wine tours. And then with that higher wine production, that equals more tourism, which leads to an overall increase in economic growth for the region itself. And then including into that the financial impact is also affected by the employment because this creates a wide range of jobs in vineyard production, distribution, sales, and tourism for people living in Umbria. This means that the more people that have jobs, the more people can earn an income and spend locally, which in turn increases demand for goods and services within Umbria and all of Italy. And this rising demand encourages business growth and further job creation for the region. And then their biggest financial gain is through tourism because they attract both wine enthusiasts and mainstream drinkers to the region. People usually come to taste the wine, but end up buying bottles to take home with them. And then tourists also spend money on lodging, dining, wine tastings, tours, transportations, and other local products, increasing the overall economy of the town. And tourism taxes also provide an additional income for the wineries every time somebody stays in Umbria.
Along the region, there is the variety of soil compositions. In the valleys, there's clay and sand. In the hills, there's limestone, wall, and volcanic. And in the mountains, there's pebbly stone. Looking at the climate, during the winter, it's very cold and wet due to the rainfall and the snow. And the vines are dormant, which they are saving energy for the growing season. In spring, there's mild rainfall, but when the cool temps do come, it does delay the budding. In the summer, like Cass said, it's hot and dry. There's abundant sunshine to ripen the grapes. And in the fall, harvest is usually mid September to mid October, with being warm and sunny until November.
And here are some fun facts. Umbria is famously called the Green Heart of Italy for its lush rolling hills, which, paired with its fertile soils and temperature climates, make it a natural paradise for grape growing and winemaking. Umbria isn't just known for wine, though. It also produces some of Italy's finest extra virgin olive oil, celebrated for its peppery and rich flavor. Throughout Umbria, wineries and medieval towns host art exhibitions, sculpture gardens, and cultural events right alongside tastings. Umbrian wines, especially those from Orvieto DOC, were historically favored by popes and served at the Vatican as well. Each year, the town of Perugia hosts the Euro Chocolate, Europe's largest chocolate festival, where visitors can enjoy chocolate tastings while sipping Umbrian wines, creating a perfect pairing of two beloved indulgences.
And then we just have some pictures of the medieval hills towns, the bottles of wine, and then the vineyards.
And these are our sources.